All right, guys. So now let's see how can in Tableau we can take care of various other elements which can be used in a bar chart. First, I'll duplicate this, and before that, I'll actually rename this. I'll rename this as this is a simple bar chart, right? So this is my simple bar chart. Now, if I just duplicate this, right, and we can call this as, let me call it variable width, because that's what we are going to do. Variable width, let's call it column chart, right? Because now I'm going to make this vertical. Let's see how it looks like in vertical. Let's say now I think bar is much better when their number of subcategories are high or number of items which are comparison is high. Two reasons. One, the horizontal look good. Secondly, I get space to look into. Now, if I can get the space over there so that all the subcategory name comes properly over here. Now, if I just change this, and first of all, it does come in over here, but the font is higher, then it might at times overlap with each other, which is not a good feeling to have. Okay. So I'll just keep it like this. But rather here we have to go for this, and let me go for segments over here. Okay. So let me not take subcategory here. Let me take something called as segments, because the number of segments are lesser. Oh, there are only 3 segments. Let me see the category. There are only 3 categories. I think something 4 would have been just brilliant. Let me see if there's some other item which can be taken as 4. Country. Oh, too many countries. All right, perhaps I think we'll have to take a call of taking segment over here only. Okay, so here the segment is there. Now, as you can see, the width is pretty much same over here. Now, size is one variable that we can use. Color is another variable that we use. Now, please remember what you're plotting. You're plotting sum of sales right now. You're looking at sum of sales, right? We can easily see, okay, consumer is making more sales than corporate is making more sales than home office. Fair enough. There's also sum of sales. We can just click on this drop down, click on this measure and make it average sales over here, only to find out that the average sales comes out to be same. Okay. Now what we do is we come back to sum, because I want to see how much am I making on an overall basis from these 3 segments. Now what we can do is we can actually take, now I want to represent profit and let's say quantity sold in the same diagram. Now there are 2 things that I can use over here. In fact, there are 5 things in total. I mean, we can use marks here, and there are 5 things that we can use: color, size, label, detail, and tooltip. Right? Now, label, of course, is just to show your mark labels. If I put in mark labels, we have already discussed this. So I'll just make a quick reminder over here. If I click on mark labels, which can be done from here or can be done from here, either ways, it's the same thing. You can just check or uncheck and the labels will appear. The labels are nothing but whatever is the length of the bar. So whichever variable, whichever quantity, whichever item is representing the length of the bar, that will come in over here. Okay. Whereas if I decide that I don't want this, I probably can put in something else in the label. That's something else. For example, if I go for discount and if I put it on the label and I say that, okay, the marks will represent that, okay, label, which is my text, is actually giving you discount, or which is actually showing discount, we can just click on this and click on average discount, right? So that was the sum of the discount. This is the average discount that we have. Okay. So all that kind of stuff, if I want to put it something else in the label, I can do that, is what I'm trying to say that. So mark labels means the length of the bar will become the label. If I want to put in something else, I'll have to take that. For example, if I take the order ID and put it on the label, it becomes order ID. But if I just check it and say that, okay, just give me the, okay, I probably cannot count the order ID over here. So let me do uncheck this and put it back. And let me see whether can I get the total number of orders from somewhere. Okay, not yet. I have to make a calculation field over there. So let's not, do it right now. Okay, we'll do it. We are going to do it later on. But let's not do it right now. I'll just go for one more experiment over here, or perhaps not, maybe later. Coming back, now we want to use the width and the color of my bars. Okay, so what I can do is I can take profit and put it on the color. The moment I put profit and take profit and put it on the color and say that, okay, let's edit the color over here, or it's up to you. It's completely up to you. I think for 3 bars, I think this is a very good shade over here. We can see that not only consumers are making good profit, they're also giving me good sales, but they're also giving me good profit. We can just click on this down and change it to average. Now the story reveals something else. It reveals that although the total profit in consumer segment is higher, but the average profit in corporate sector is higher, which makes sense because corporate sectors, the orders are bigger and the cost were minimal. Perhaps that is one of the cases. Home office, either ways, is not neither doing good in sales, nor is it doing good in profit. Now let's say I want to go for quantity as well. I can just put this in size. And now the 3 bars over here. Let me go for the color because I probably would like to go for different level of colors over here. Let's try green gold diverging. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, not bad. But gold also looks like a color which is very acceptable. So red gold perhaps. Let's try and do this. Okay, red gold is definitely not good because red seems to be something like danger. I'll go back to my favorite one, which is red green diverging over here. Right, and I probably making it red. Well, fair enough. Cool. But here we need to remember that the color is being represented by profit. I think I'll just change this because red indicates that the profit is not there. It's red means danger, which means that, okay, the profit is not there at all. What you can go for is we can try various different colors. We can just click on apply, see how it looks like. Okay, this looks really bad. We can go for this. We can go for variable green as well. I think let's keep it variable green. That way, I at least indicate that all 3 segments are making profit. The least average profit is made by home office. The highest average profit is made by corporate segment, although the sales is lesser because the sales is represented by the length of the bar. And consumer is giving me good sales, but average profit. Okay, average level of average profit. The width of the bar over here represents the quantity sold. As we can see, consumer segment is giving me the highest quantity sold, followed by corporate, followed by home office over here. This is called as variable width column chart. As this seems to be a very simple column chart, but this is giving me 3-level information. The length of the bar is representing sales. As we can see it over here, it's the row. The color of the bar is representing profit. The shade of the color, the variety of the color is representing the average profit. And the width of the bar is giving me quantity sold. Same graph, 3 different information can be conveyed over here. Okay, now it's up to me that I want to keep this over here. I can just click on hide card. All these will go away. Or probably I like to keep this because I like to see what is the shade of the color going on over here. Okay. Cool. So this is it. Yeah, this is variable width bar chart, guys. We can definitely exploit this for further categories. For example, if I just take segment out and just curious to see that how would subcategory look like in this one. This is how the subcategory look like. Perhaps in case of subcategory, as the number of categories are high, I probably like to edit the colors over here. And this time I'll go for red green diverging. It is okay. I mean, I can change this color over here to a very, very shallow red. Okay. I can do that so that I don't indicate that this section is not actually making losses, right? We can say, okay, this is the minimum color. If I go for this and if I try and apply this, let's see how it looks like. Well, fairly okay. But we can, have our play around over here. Let's keep on going for the same thing. Okay. If I apply, this is how it look like. Okay, so because there's no graph, okay, there's only one graph which is giving. So tables comes out to be a very, very, questionable subcategory because it's neither giving me very high sales. Width wise, it's not selling a lot of quantities as well. It's also in losses. So this is something that we probably need to work upon. Here we can see the color of the bar, the length of the bar, and the width of the bar, 3 different level of information. Okay, this is called variable width column chart. You can use this in your dashboards.